huge appetite for female superheroes. And you get to be one of the first to market. That's got to be pretty exciting.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. I'm so glad that we're finally getting to see some girl power. Like, we need it. We so need it. And now the demand is big enough that we're getting it. I think it's great.
As a character, what kind of hooked you on her and said, yeah, this is somebody I want to be for?
I mean, she's a superhero, so that was pretty cool. I mean, I was already sold there. But I think, you know, going into this whole, like, reincarnation idea, like, having all of these past lives, these past people kind of inside her as part of who she is, I think it's going to be really cool acting to, like, keep in mind. And, you know, if we go back in time and we see Kendra at a different point in her life, like, as a different human, it's going to be really cool. I get to, like, play all these different characters. It's like, I'll never get bored.
Not only are you getting to play a strong female character, but we really don't have any strong Latina superheroes on television. You're kind of the first.
That's okay. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm into that. That's really, really cool.
Is it something you've thought about as you're going into this?
I mean, yeah. I try not to put too much pressure on myself. Thanks. No, I think it's really great. I'm glad that we're getting more representation across the board. I think it's what we've been needing for so long. We've been set in our ways for quite some time. And I mean, when it was first announced that I was playing HAWKGIRL, there was so much positive response. And then there were obviously, like, a lot of people who were like, she's not redhead, she's not a redhead, she's not white, she's in green eyes, this is ridiculous. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, guys, I get it. You're diehard fans. It's really cool, and, like, that's the way that it was. But you have to keep in mind that she was written in 1940. Like, at that time, there were no other ethnicities in comic book. Like, that wasn't happening. So now it's like, here we get the chance to revamp and expand, you know? And we have great writers to do it. So it's like, why not? I think having something set since 1940 was long enough. We need to see something new, and I think we're getting it. That's awesome.
So as sort of the newcomer to this group, since all the other characters were drawn from other stuff, what, like, do you think that she in particular brings to the dynamic of this?
I mean, it's hard to tell. It's hard to say just because I don't even really know. I mean, I know the little tidbits that I can share about reincarnation or whatever, but I don't even really know necessarily what parts of her storylines and the comic books we're going to be taking. I think we're going to be kind of picking and choosing, like cherry picking what's going to work and what fits within our thing. I don't really know necessarily her importance within the group, but I know that we're all very, very significant, and it's not just going to be like a wash of just like, let's all just fight all the time. You know, they're really being conscious and trying to create real characters, real relationships, and real storylines. So you're not going to get bored. You're not going to be like, oh, we're just fighting all the time. It's okay.
Do you think it's going to tackle some of the darker aspects of her backstory in the comics, like suicide angle? You know, that's going to be.
I don't know. I mean, heck, she's been reincarnated a lot of times. I'm sure a lot of things could happen.
She's specifically HAWKGIRL and not HAWKGIRL in this version of the show.
Yeah.
What do you want to own about the girlness of it? Because it's kind of a specific choice of which way to go.
I guess that's true. I mean, I feel like it works for who she is in this. I mean, she's young. We're playing her younger, and she doesn't really know who she is. And I think who she is as like a human is kind of like sweet and awkward. And then you see her, like, she has this rageful side of her that she doesn't understand. I mean, it's a very polar opposite, which again is like a great attitude. It's really awesome. I don't know. I mean, I guess it kind of works for her though, because she is kind of like, she's a nicer human. She's like sweet.
How familiar with the DC world were you coming in?
I mean, like, relatively so. I watched Justice League Unlimited all the time, Batman all the time when I was younger. I definitely watched more than I read. I wasn't really a comic person when I was younger, but now that I've been reading them, I think they're awesome, and they're like so gorgeously illustrated, and it's like the best way to read a book because you've got a bunch of pictures. So, no, I love it, and I've definitely always. Every kid dreams of being a superhero, but like I grew up with an older brother who's 4 years older than me, and he was so into video games, and he read comics and all this stuff. So I was always wanting to do what he wanted to do. So I'm tomboy. And I've been into this for a long time.
Have you gotten a sense of what the final costume is going to be like, and what kind of shape you've got to be in to pull off the final costume?
Yes. I do know that there's no midriff, and I thank the Lord for that. But it is a smoking costume, and I can't wait for people to see it. I know everyone's kind of like, what is it? What does it look like? What does it entail? But I can't really.
Have you put it on yet?
I haven't. No, I don't even know that it really exists. Like, they're making it, but as like a whole thing, I don't think it exists yet. I just saw like preliminary sketches.
Are the wings going to be like a CGI effect?
I think we're generally going to do that. Hearing stories of Hawkman on Smallville with a 50-pound attachment to his body, I'm like, no. I got scoliosis. I don't need to add that to it.
Were these on purpose today?
Yes, they are.
Do you know if you're gonna? Sorry, that's very loud. Do you know if you're going to be appearing on either Flash or the Arrow prior to? Yes.
I think that's kind of the plan. There's definitely going to be some introductions to some of the characters that you don't know that well, so that by the time we get to January, you're not just like swarmed with all of this information about this team, you know. So I think definitely I'll be on the Flash.
So which one do you think you'll be on?
The Flash, yeah.
You were looking up at the giant swirling portal to.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you read any of the scripts yet?
For
the Legends?
We haven't gotten anything. No. They're keeping us on the edge.
You guys are doing a great job sort of winging it, answering
We really are, right?
Not knowing anything.
Yeah, they gave us talking points, and it was like, this is an hour-long drama. This is a team show. Greg Berlanti and Mark and Andrew are the writers with Phil. And I was like, okay.
They didn't tell you they were throwing you to a room of spoilers, like hungry wolves?
Man, we've just been, we've been winging it.
You touched on your experience with sort of the curmudgeon-y fans that, want the character to look exactly like the one version. But what's been the positive side of fan interaction since the announcement came?
It's been, a lot of it, the stuff that, like, gives me goosebumps is, like, hearing that, like, people have, like, especially women have been, like, wanting HAWKGIRL, loving HAWKGIRL for so long. They're so glad that they're seeing her. And then, or people will say, like, my daughter's 8, and, like, she, she's Latino, or she's whatever, and she's so excited to see representation of this kind. So, like, that is, like, that's awesome, being able to be a role model for kids is so important to me, and to know that I'm, being a good one, hopefully. So I think that's really the best thing.
One that just throws a few punches every now and then.
Yeah. Hey, she's strong.
They keep telling us to wrap it up and then they disappear.
I have time for. All right, so I'm asking my silly question. You have a musical theater background.
Yes.
And Victor Garber has done a lot of that. So when are we going to get to see our HAWKGIRL Firestorm?
Can I just tell you, I've been talking to the writers all day about it. I was like, so when are we gonna do a musical thing? Come on, we got Graham, we got Carlos, everybody's like done some music. Arthur, I'm like, come on, I'll play the guitar, guys.
Oh, yeah, right, once, right.
Right, yeah, it's so cool.
I'm waiting.
Yeah, me too.
Season finale.
Fingers crossed.
Have you seen any HAWKGIRL cosplay going on?
I haven't. We're shuttled in and out of these freaking rooms and hotels and like whatever. We just finally got to sign, and that's what I want to do, is like be kind of in the thick of it and see people and meet people. I've seen really cool stuff, but no, I haven't seen any HAWKGIRL.
I think by the time that they see you, when you come back to the high school, I think you'll see your
This is the year when you can walk the floor undetected.
Right, yeah.
Next year.
No.
Next year, you have to dress in your HAWKGIRL costume on the floor, and then people won't realize it's you.
Right.
They'll be like, good cosplay.
That's really
I dare
good.
you to do that.
Right?
See if people know it's you.
Oh no. I don't know.
I've seen big stars walk the floor. I've seen Megan Fox in the Star Wars t-shirt walking around. Nobody ever said anything.
Really?
So, nerding out on it.
Yeah. I have to take her